Hey, what's up guys? Armando Science here, and by the end of this video, you're gonna know whether the Sunny Lenarduzzi YouTube for Bosses course is worth the salt. I'm gonna be doing an uncut, a real honest review. I'm gonna tell you if this thing works from my point of view. I'm gonna tell you if it is worth the money and if you're even gonna possibly get results from this whole thing. I'm gonna try to do this in a very raw, uncut type of way. Off the top of my head, and I even have a just sort of a handy notebook here of questions and things that you might be interested in just based on my own research of this topic and other people's comments. But I do want to start off by saying that I do own the Sunny Lenarduzzi course, and so I think that that puts me in a very good spot to give you an honest review because I've actually gone through it, and well, I'm going to tell you what I think about it. So let's hop right into this. Very first thing that I want to do is I want to show you that I actually own the course. And so here is a screenshot from when I first bought this thing back in, I'm old and blind and I can't see, December 2019, December 5th, 2019 to be exact. What is YouTube for Bosses? Well, if you go to the actual sales page of this course, Sunny Lenarduzzi claims that this is a YouTube for Bosses course, a step-by-step guide for growing your business. And it claims that it goes through a 4-step phase program where she walks you through each step and shows you how to attract the right customers, how to research the right keywords to grow your YouTube channel. So here are the things that you should get out of this course if you go through it, okay? More targeted views, building an audience for your videos, a community of ambassadors, more traffic, more leads, and more of all that good stuff that brings you here on YouTube, and it's the reason why you're watching this. So this course also claims to be consumable in under 4 hours, which is kind of a big statement there. So I'm going to show you what the behind the scenes of this course actually looks like, and I'm not going to, don't leave me comments or inbox me asking me to share access to this because it's not going to happen, guys. Okay, that's kind of shady. You'll make your own determination at the end whether this thing is even worth it, and you want to get it or not. Totally up to you. Nothing to do with me. But I'm going to show you what the behind the scene looks like. Okay, so she's using Thinkific, and so the whole layout of the course is pretty well laid out. You have your videos on the top, and you have all the access to the checklist and resources that she goes into her course through the different areas. Phase 1 is research, and then content research, keyword research. She goes through their hot script formula, which is actually kind of cool. By the way, if you're new to this channel and you want to know how to attract more customers and more leads using the intranet, specifically things like Facebook, paid advertising, yada, 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 hit the subscribe button for more videos. I got a bunch of content on this channel that might be of interest to you. Okay, so she has all her 4 phases, just like she says in her description of the sales page. Now, each section is actually broken down in phases, and within each one of those phases she has small clips, and within each one of those clips she has what you're going to go after, along with a checklist that helps you do keyword research, that helps you do video optimization of your YouTube channel, that gives you some scripts, that gives you some thumbnail strategies. And she introduces something that's actually kind of cool, which is something that she calls the Sunny system. By the way, Sunny system is something that is proprietary to her and this program, and she shares how you can leverage other platforms to actually boost up not only the views, the authority of your channel, and the subscribers of your channel. So the big question that most people want to know is, when you do a review like this, is not just kind of like what behind the scenes look like, but does this thing actually work? So one of the questions that I saw from other people's comments, they did kind of a review video, is, did you see a real significant growth or a change when you implement it, if you even implemented YouTube for Bosses? So I'm going to go into that right now, and to do that I'm going to go behind the analytics of my channel, but I want to give you guys a disclaimer, a big disclaimer. Okay, these are my results or lack of results, and it doesn't reflect everyone else's views on here. Okay, the other thing that I want to tell you is that I have been in the internet space for quite some time, primarily in SEO and Facebook ads recently, and I've also ranked a ton of videos on YouTube for previous customers, for previous clients, and these have always been, though, one-off type videos. So where we get a video and we rank that video to the top of YouTube to gain leads and to gain pretty much customers through that, to make some sales, but never really focused on actually growing any of my own channels, and never really focused on actually growing a channel altogether. These were all just like SEO type one-off videos that I knew how to optimize really, really well to get the rankings really fast, and then I just move on to the next project. Okay, so I want to give you guys a disclaimer. So the question is, did I see a real difference when I implemented any part of the Sunny Lenarduzzi YouTube for Bosses course, or system, I should say? So we're going to take it back all the way into my analytics of my channel. And so, look, I hit 1,000 subscribers recently, and there's going to be another video that I'm going to put up somewhere, you know, in this video, maybe even in the description. It shows you how I reached those 1,000 subscribers in a really short amount of time. But this, go back to the review. So this is the Sunny Lenarduzzi system, and I'm going to go back in order to get a real grasp of things. Lifetime of my channel, really, the lifetime of my channel. So I've had this channel since pre-2013, something like that. I never really did anything with it. This is part of my brand channel for my agency. Like I said, I primarily focus on running digital ads for people, and so this was just never really a focus for me. I've had this channel, I never did anything with it, and as you can see, some of the videos that I uploaded were really random. Trailers of how to do keyword research for YouTube, along with like AC repair, not even relevant to anything that I'm doing. These were just like demo videos that I put on this channel so other clients can see, you know, the type of videos that we were going to sell to them or whatever. Anyhow, in 2019, December of 2019 is when I bought the YouTube for Bosses course, and I decided that I was going to give it a real college go. I was going to give it some effort. As you can see, all the way through here, there's absolutely no growth whatsoever on my channel, 100 subscribers more or less. And I wasn't really consistent with the way I was uploading videos. There's no real strategy behind any of this stuff. It's just whenever I felt like there was a topic, I just kind of threw it on there. There was no real process, no real methodology, no real keyword research that went into this specific channel, because it was just never really my focus. Then in December, I decided, you know, I'm going to give her a shot, just to see if what she's selling in the course that she has is complete BS, or does it actually have some sort of merit to it. And so the very first video that I uploaded with the Sunny Lenarduzzi system, after going through her course and going through the different phases and actually putting in the work and actually doing the research, doing the content creation, doing the topics, and she gives you templates and layouts for almost everything. So keyword research, she explains everything to you in the keyword research section, and she gives you a companion document for you to copy and paste. Content creation section, she gives you a companion for that. A bunch of checklists so that you don't forget, because it's a lot of stuff that sometimes you have to learn, especially if you're new to all this. It could be a learning curve. So January, okay, 11th is when I actually uploaded my first video based on the Sunny Lenarduzzi's YouTube for Bosses course. I bought it December 5th, and I didn't do anything with it until January 11th. In fact, I had December 19th, I had a video posted on there that was just to post it, okay? So January 11th is when I uploaded my first video, and then January 14th, I uploaded the second one. Now, these two videos started to follow the YouTube for Bosses formula in a few of the phases. Now, phase one was research and all those other things. And you can start to see that, again, in January, I uploaded 3 videos, and in February, I did 1, and in March, I did 1, and then in April, I did 1, and then I did 1 in June, actually 2 in June, and then 1 recently in July. And I'm not very consistent with it. But one thing that I want you to note is the hockey stick growth of subscribers that I've had here during this time period. ever since I started using her system, follow somewhat semi what she teaches in her course, I just had this like ridiculous amount of growth on my channel. The very first thing that I noticed with this was the amount of views that my channel and my videos were getting. Prior to this, I think the most this channel was averaging was maybe 500 views to maybe even 800. I don't know, something very small. But once I started using the Sunny Lenarduzzi system, I saw an immediate reward, an immediate gratification, an instant traction on not only the amount of subscribers that these videos were getting, but also the amount of views that these videos were getting. Now, this is all attributed to the keyword research phase of the course. Now, there is a strategy in there, which is what I used to gain most of my 1,000 subscribers really, really fast with a twist. Obviously, I added some of my own spin to that, and I'll share with you guys that on another video. But I wanted to share with you what this course did. Now, the next question that comes up in here is, did you follow the system to the T? Hell no, I did not follow the system to the T. Now, looking back now, if I were to follow the system to the T, I would probably have like blown this out of the water, to be honest with you, because her deal is all about consistency, and she even gives you a schedule that you probably should follow for posting your videos consistently and how to kind of piggyback off of each video. And I did not do that. And the reason I didn't do that was because I'm kind of like running my own agency here, and I've got clients that I got to deal with and all that other stuff. But she does make it really easy to create a schedule and to create videos all at once. She makes it really simple to batch different things. She shows you how to do that all in the course, which is pretty cool. So she even has a thumbnail strategy that she goes after, and I definitely did not follow that either. As you can see, this is Sunny Lenarduzzi's course a la laziness. And even with that, I had exponential growth and success with this channel. Now, I want to show you the other metrics that go behind here. Reach, again, you kind of see that it wasn't until about January or so is that when I started to really, have this growth here, and that's attributed to the course, because prior to that I wasn't following any system at all. So you can see that I had 1 million plus impressions. Click-through rate overall is 8.6. Let's look at engagement. Again, it's consistent all across the board, and this is how I know that all of this growth has really been as a result of me following the system that she's laying out in her course. You kind of see it right there, all the way growth. So everything else is, is consistent with that. Here's the subscriber base right there. Okay. So the other question that comes up is, does she cover anything in the course? Okay, is there anything in this course that you can already find for free, that you can Google for free and get to it? The answer is yes and no. All right, honest opinion. A lot of the stuff that she covers, you could say that it's kind of common knowledge if you've been around the scene for quite some time. But there's a lot in there that are it's just so concise, and it's just laid out and condensed in a way that is so sequential and easy to follow that it would literally take you years, okay, to compile all this information, write it all down, and then try to figure out which piece goes where and all that. So she's actually done all the legwork for you, and she says, hey, look, man, step number 1, do this. Once you're done with step number 1, do step number 2. Once you're done with step number 2, do step number 3. Once you're done with this one, go to this one and go to that one. So everything is laid out without you really having to go to any other external resource or, spend 30,000 hours on YouTube going through comments with people when people don't answer, etc. She's also built a really kind of cool community, a really unique community inside of her private Facebook group that you have access to. So you can ping pong back and forth with other creators and other people that you can network and connect with and kind of, help yourselves out. And so that's kind of a neat situation with her course right there. So One thing that I do want to say again is that I did not follow her course to the T, and I do own it, but you can kind of see that based off of some of the strategies that she's provided here, I've had some big gains on some of my videos. Now, these thumbnails that you see here with the yellow and really the green, and some of these others that have like the block of text, those are based off of like some of the the strategies that she lays out in her course. You kind of see that I've had some big gains. I've had some that have had 5,000 views, others that have had 20,000 views. I've had some smaller ones. Not everything is going to be a winner, but the cool thing about her system is that she shows you how to really look at your YouTube analytics in a way that actually makes sense. She dumbs it really down and shows you exactly what you need to look at every time you put out a video, so that you can leverage that data and then go back and make more and gain more traction from that. So does it work? Yes, it absolutely does work in my opinion. You don't need to have 10,000 subscribers. You don't need to have a massive following to actually start to make some real coin from YouTube. In fact, just from the short amount of time that I've implemented the Sunny system, I've actually grown my email list by about 700 plus people on it, and I've actually sold to my email list some of my own mini courses that are for Facebook lead ads and for small local businesses. I've actually connected with people who've reached out to me through my Instagram and through Messenger or through YouTube inbox, asking me if I offer consulting services and coaching services, and some of them have become clients just based off of the discovery phase of this thing here. So in my opinion, her course is not complete BS. I think it's one of the better ones that's out there. I think that she's super honest. I like the way the course is laid out. I think that it's really easy to follow. It's really dumbed down. And I think that if you put a decent amount of effort, you're going to see massive amounts of results. Okay, don't be like me. All right, don't do the Sunny Lenarduzzi YouTube for Bosses course half-assed. If you're gonna do it, do the whole thing. And that's just always been my struggle, simply because I run an agency. I've got clients everywhere, and I've got almost too much to do, too many opportunities to kind of go after all these different things. But if, as you can see, even if you do it halfway, you're going to get massive gains. You can see that in the last 28 days I'm up 15,900 views, and you can kind of see the metrics speak for themselves. The last 28 days, I think I've had over 150 extra subscribers, pushing me over this 1,000 subscriber mark. And I'm just going to continue to push through this, and I'm going to continue to put out big numbers. I'm going to continue to follow the system, look at my analytics, and do all the things that obviously she's done, because she's got a YouTube channel that has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and a lot of her students have the same amount. And so if that's something that you're interested in, yeah, absolutely recommend it. I think it's worth the salt, to be honest with you. If you've enjoyed this, go ahead and give this a thumbs up, man, because it does help the channel. Leave me a comment. Tell me if this was helpful. If you have any other questions at all, put them in the comments. I'm pretty active here, and so I'll go back and I'll answer a lot of the questions that you have. I won't leave you hanging, I promise. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.